Hi, I'm Tanya from Claude Business Services and Tanya's Bookkeepers Bootcamp, where I help accounting professionals maximize their potential with confidence and efficiency. Welcome to AI in Action, our new series where each week I'm breaking down real use case scenarios, showing you what works, what to avoid, and how to make AI work for you in your practice, and how AI amplifies us, not replaces us. Today, we're going to cover in general some topics and some of the AI tools that I use and what I feel that they're best for. Hi, I'm Tanya from Cloud Business Services and Tanya's Bookkeepers Bootcamp, where I help accounting professionals maximize their potential with confidence and efficiency. Welcome to my new series, AI in Action. Each week, I'm going to break down real use cases showing what works, what to avoid, and how to make AI work for you in your practice. And this series is all about how AI can amplify us and not replace us. So today we're just going to dive into a general topic. So today's topic is going to be the 5 main AI tools that I've been using and playing with and what they work best for. So let's get into it. So I'm going to screen share so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about here and what's going on. So, the 5 main tools that I use, I've just kind of got them up top. We've got ChatGPT, we've got Claude, this is Sintra.ai, Perplexity, and Google. Now, I've actually asked each of these what they feel they do better. So here's my question. What does ChatGPT do better than Perplexity, Sintra, Claude, and Notebook? So again, those are the top 5 that I'm really using. I have not dug deep into the Google Gemini or the Microsoft Copilot. I've been using these ones here. I don't want anything to connect directly to my email yet. I'm embracing AI, but I'm extremely careful. I'm tiptoeing around it. So ChatGPT I've been using the longest. I've been using ChatGPT close to 4 years. It was not even fully launched yet. It was in beta when I started using it. So here's what it says it does better. You can screenshot this, pause me to screenshot it, or and of course I'll scroll down so that you can grab the rest of it. But in the meantime, what I want to do is I want to tell you what I think it does better. So I've created custom GPTs. I use projects. I use all of this stuff. But what I find it does better is it is starting to anticipate what I want. I've been using it for close to 4 years. It knows me. I use voice mode down here a lot. And the reason why I use voice mode is my thoughts. Anybody who knows me knows my thoughts are all over the place. I've got ADHD and, I had a beagle and we got along very well because I am the human form of beagle. It's, squirrel, 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 new smell, and whatnot. Anyway, see, off topic. So anyway, let's get back to this. So, I talk out loud and ChatGPT can help me organize my thoughts. So if I'm doing something, I'm trying to create a complicated email or an uncomfortable email or trying to write a blog or something like that. I use a lot of words. I jump around. I will have it record and tell it, okay, now piece my thoughts together in a a format or an order that makes sense for the other person. So it's helping me to help people understand better what I'm trying to communicate because I will eventually get from, A to Z. I'm just going to take the long way and, get, lots of scenery in the meantime. So that's one of the things I do like about ChatGPT that I can do that. It can help me bring everything in. I've used it for so many different things. And like I say, we're going to go through all of these use case scenarios kind of week by week. Just in case you're interested, here's I'm just scrolling down here so that you can see this. ChatGPT does remember quite a bit. Again, I've been able to customize it. Here's the last little bit. Says it covers about 90% of my daily needs. I don't actually agree. It's great for content creation, tone setting, rewriting, refreshing things. But what I use it for is working on my business, not in my business necessarily. And this is not the end tool that I use. So going from here, if I am using ChatGPT to write something, um, let's just see here. I'm just going to ask it. I'm going to create a new chat. I'm going to say, give me a marketing pitch, or not a marketing pitch. Give me an opening intro to my AI in action series. Which I think I've already done this. Okay. So here's what it's got. Here's a draft for AI in action, just as a brand new one. Knows that I didn't really give it a lot. Here's what it's got. We've all heard the buzz about AI. Here's the truth. I'll tell you one thing, it used here's the truth a lot with everybody. If you see that frequently, they're using ChatGPT. So ChatGPT definitely has its own nuances. So now I'm going to take that and I'm going to pop over here to Sintra. Sintra is actually very cool. Sintra.ai, I've been using this the second longest length of time, and it has 12 little helpers in here. So this was the very first that actually came out with AI agents. It has had my 12 little AI agents right from the beginning. And this was I guess, AI agent version one type of thing. And so each of these have been given their own, I guess, personalities in the back end and what they are. So we've got a web builder, we've got data, we've got email, social media, talent, copyright, sales, personal development, business development, SEO, and virtual assistant. So each of them have their own different personalities and their own strengths. So when you type something in or choose to use one of them, you're going to get that in initially. Whereas ChatGPT, you have to say, put on your marketing hat, put on your SEO hat, put on your sales hat. So here you don't have to. And I kind of like that this is very different in the personality it comes up with. So I'm just going to type in here, say, I don't know which one of these little virtual assistants or agents is going to be the best for me. So I'm just going to copy and paste the exact same thing into here. It's picking Penn, who's the copyright, and telling me what it's doing, which I like. It's opening it in the side here so I can download it into Docs, which is actually very cool. It's giving me some hashtags automatically, and it's giving me a couple of options. Here's the opening. So the first one is conversational relatable. Hey there. Now the funny thing is, ChatGPT search with hey there quite a lot too, so you're going to see that. But you take a look here, it's a little different. Okay, now it's formatted better, and it's giving me the four different ones it is done. So it's giving me options. It's telling me which options. We go back to ChatGPT. It only gave me one. It didn't give me the options. So this is kind of why I like this one a little bit better when it comes to marketing and anything creative. It's a little bit more. I can't necessarily converse back and forth. I can talk here, but I can't necessarily jump back and forth in the way that I can with ChatGPT. So I will never give up my ChatGPT, and I will never give up my Sintra. I am going to use them. Sometimes I will use them separately. Sometimes I will use them together, but it just simply depends on what's going on. So sometimes I will work back and forth with ChatGPT, get my final on ChatGPT, and then pop it in here for a little bit more personality and pizzazz. So what I really like about Sintra is it does actually take the time to get to know me. In the settings, when you set everything up, there are 10 different questions a day that it will actually ask you to get to know you. You can set up different brands. I've got two different brands up in here, so I can have different brands, answer the questions differently for each of the different brands, which is really cool. But you can see here again, it went that extra step. It created a document that I can view it, and it told me which one of these, and it's asking which resonates with you, which is perfect. An AI in action, it just says, do you want me to tail this? Do you want me to make it more broad? So there's where you can see the differences between the two of these. And that's Sintra.ai. Perplexity is the one I've been using, I guess, right in the middle. It's the third one that I started using. Perplexity, you can see here what it actually does better. Again, I asked it the same question, and it says it's better to deliver real-time, evidence-backed answered with full transparency citations by default. So making it better for research. I completely agree with that. If I am looking for research, ChatGPT, we know it can sometimes hallucinate. So what will happen with that is it will start to fill in the blanks that it can't find with things that are made up. ChatGPT was created for creative. Perplexity was created specifically for research. So if I come in here, this is actually better than Google search, because if I come in here and I use it for something, it's going to tell me exactly where it found that from. You click on here, there's the sources. Up here are the sources that it used for these, and here's where it specifically answered each of these questions. So I really love that it tells you where it gets this information from, and it will default to more credible sources more often than not, but you still have this source, so you get to determine how credible it is. I have the pro version on all of these because this is part of what I speak about to audiences at conferences and whatnot, and part of what we teach in boot camp. And I'm curious, I want to know. So that's that. And then of course, if you upgrade to Pro, which I do have, you actually get more. So there is a free version on each of these. Sintra does not have a free version. Um, then I started using Google Notebook.lm. This is completely free. It is very, very different. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on this one today. When you go in here, it does not ask questions and pull to the web. You can't do that. You have to create what's called a notebook. Within this notebook, so I created one just yesterday, I can add a resource. So this was a resource that we got it from, and I uploaded this. So if I want to add any more resources, I can add something from a Google Drive and link a Google Doc directly into here. I can add a website or YouTube link, or I can copy and paste some text. What makes this different is this will then simply go to those resources that I've provided, and it will answer the question from those resources I provided. It does not go out to the web. It is limited to what I put in here to use from that, which is kind of cool for that. So there's a lot of different things for this. So I can then here, this is an e-filer's resource. I can then ask questions. Here's some questions you might ask. I can then go in and, audio overview turns it into a two-person podcast. A video overview gives an explainer video, which is really cool. You can mind map it. You can create an interactive quiz based on the sources, flashcards, and reports. In the reports, you can do a briefing doc, a study guide, a blog post. There's an FAQ that you can do. You can create your own, and it's loading some more suggestions, concept overview, reference sheet, process guide. So you can do a lot with this. And this is for internal workspaces. This is for it's great for teaching. It's great for students for learning. So this is really good. And there's lots of different things that we're going to get into that I can use this for in my business that you'll be able to use it for in your business. But right now it's just an overview. So that's what this does best. Then the one I've only been working with since mid-October. So it's only been a couple of weeks, and this is Claude. So Claude has been out shortly, just a little bit after ChatGPT. I know a lot of others in our industry who have been using it, and that's very cool. But last time I went and tested it, I kind of went and tested it here and there, and there was nothing that made it wow to me at that point for ChatGPT. I have now gone into this in the last 10 days, and it has wowed me. So what it says here is, again, the deep analysis, document work, long context. So it can. ChatGPT, think if we keep putting in, it starts to forget stuff and we have to repeat. So yes, that is very true. So there's the longer context window, thoughtful analysis. We can actually see it thinking instead of just nothing. Are you thinking? It runs Python in a screen that we can actually see it thinking and what it's thinking as it goes through, which is really cool. File creation, it creates immediately right away. It's better at helpful while maintaining the safety. Right now, as of this week, there was an article put out that Google and Claude seem to be the only two that were really, really concerned as to the safety. This is something we take very seriously. In Canada, we have PIPEDA that we have to follow, and that's a Privacy Information Act. So we are very, very limited to what we can put in here. If you have the paid version, no problem. You think, my information is not going to teach the software or the AI what to do. That's true. However, if there is a breach, and there has been breaches, if there is a breach, that information is still stored and is still available to be accessed. When it's out there, it's out there. So if we're using it, no identifying information should ever be put into any of these. But as I say, Claude and Google seem to be very, very concerned about that. They're the two that are the most concerned about it. Claude, again, here's what it does better than Notebook. It's broader capabilities because Notebook.lm is the source grounded research. So what you give it, and podcast generation from documents, and interactive problem solving. This is better with the reasoning back and forth. So what I prefer to use Claude for is working in the business. It is better for the deeper analysis. I have just started with this, but it's going to be really, really cool. Some things that I can show you. So that's a quick overview of what we've got. And hopefully this has tweaked your interest enough for you to want to be able to go in there and take a look at things. So this is, just the start of AI working with you and not against you. So remember, our expertise, our judgment, and our client relationships, those are all irreplaceable. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe so that you don't miss next week's episode, and share this with a fellow accounting pro who needs to hear it. We're all navigating this AI shift together, and the more we share what works, the stronger our profession becomes. Do you want to dive deeper? Head over to bookkeepersbootcamp.ca. We've got training, coaching, and a community of accounting pros who are mastering this together. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep showing the world what accounting professionals are capable of. This is Tanya signing out. See you next week.